confessions. Sometimes I do drugs. Sometimes I do drugs every day. Sometimes I do drugs all day, every day. Sometimes I do drugs when I say I'm not going to do drugs. Sometimes I lie about doing drugs. Sometimes I do drugs and then wish I hadn't done those drugs. Sometimes I want to do more drugs. Sometime in the future, I'd like to try many more drugs. Sometimes I feel bad about doing drugs. Sometimes I feel really good about doing drugs. Sometimes I'm really thirsty. Sometimes I get dry mouth when I do drugs. Why do I tell you all this? Why do I confess my, not just confessions, but drug confessions to you? Well, because I don't really care about any of it. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how my mom feels about it. I don't care how my parents, my other parent feels about it, my father. I don't care how anybody feels about it. I care how I feel about it, and the times when I do it and I feel bad about it, I like to reflect on that. I like to think about why did I choose to do it at this moment. Sometimes I stretch my whole face. I have found in my research that stretching your face and moving your jaw and aligning everything, tapping, sound making, pulling, breathing, all help to stretch out the muscular patterns that you hold in your face. And a lot of them are negative. That's not your natural state. You are holding these neurotic patterns and just not using your face to its full potential to really have it be itself as it was made. What up, dope? I'll have to keep working on it because my jaw is very tight today. How'd we get to this subject? Drugs. Yes. I'm here to confess that I did drugs. Today, currently, I'm on drugs. And I don't really consider that to be a bad thing, especially because this drug is a plant and I just smoked a little bit of it. That's not a terrible thing. The confession that I have is that I told myself that I wouldn't do it for 40 days. And I gave in. And on top of that, my reasoning for giving in was that I deserved it. I told myself, you deserve it. And I also told myself it will be therapeutic. Think of how much therapy it has been to use these drugs in the past. And to be quite honest, the reason I did it is because today is Friday, sorry, Friday, May 1st, 2015, and yesterday was the end to a month of Sexual Violence Awareness Month. And I told myself from probably 2 weeks ago that I was going to share my story of my trauma that I experienced in my life and post it or write it or record it at some point during April. And I didn't. These last few days of April were tough for me. I had stress and anxiety and depression. I also had good times. I had really great happy times too. But some of my days were filled with some negative feelings and emotions, and I also was holding true to my pact with myself that I wasn't going to do any mind-altering substance. Somewhere along the way, I lost my confidence. I was so sure of myself that I was going to share my story and it would be posted online, but that's as far as it went. I didn't even see it being posted online, to be honest. I say now that I was confident in myself, but I never imagined it. I never viewed myself posting it online or even thought about where I would post it. Would I do it on YouTube? Would I write it on my blog? And so I didn't get to it. No, that's a lie. I didn't get to it means I didn't have time to fit it in. I didn't make it a priority. I didn't want to give mental space to it. I feel more capable of giving mental space to those kinds of issues, my trauma, when I'm in a state of altered mindset. What does that mean for me? I don't know. I'm continuing to work on myself to figure out why I do the things that I do. I'm going through a form of therapy that I don't know if other people have experienced before. My form of therapy is so unique to me that I feel alone, but in a good way. And I know I'm going to start to work my way out of this aloneness and hole that I've dug myself into. Because believe me, I know that it's not healthy to push practically every important person in your life away. And I've done that. But I will tell you one thing. I've needed this. I've needed this badly. I've been alone most of my life. What does that mean? Even as a child, I pushed friends away. I reclused, what's the word? I recoiled away from friendships. I shied away from human interaction. I was a loner and an introvert and shy and just very aware of other people, and I preferred to be alone. And to some extent, that is still very much true for me. However, I recognize the beauty and the purpose and the essence of all the people who have been placed in my life. Off the top of my head, my mother, Amber, Becky, all these amazing women who have just overcome such amazing things to become the greatest version of themselves that they possibly could be today in this moment. Leal, my stepmom, this big girl, fit girl, Ashley, just these women who are just surrounding me. Sarah, Jesus Christ, Sarah, I miss you. I'm sorry, please. All of you, I miss you. I miss all of you, seriously. Madeline, oh my god, my heart child, my girly. She's absolutely adorable. I freaking love her. She's also crude. She curses. I mean, she is... Ah! I love her. I love you, Maddie. Women. I'm surrounded right now by amazing, incredible, fan-fucking-tastic women. I can't even believe it. I'm so fortunate. I'm so fucking fortunate. I'm so fortunate. I don't even need the fucking. I'm so fortunate. I'm so amazingly, incredibly, gratefully fortunate. Thank you to all of you. I could literally make a video about each and every one of you, about why you're so important to me, and actually, I think I will, using that list in that order. This will be my project. I love you. I love you. You are not my... You are my number one. Number one video is about Lindsay. Why do I love Lindsay? Why do I love thee? Yeah, I'd marry myself. I'd fuck myself too. What? Bye, y'all.